Hey everyone, and welcome to Twilight Wars. Today we are going to be taking a look at this upcoming tactical story-driven RPG. It is set in a cyberpunk setting, and the combat, as far as I've been told and as far as I can see from the one time I've played through it, is very inspired from Darkest Dungeon. We have a squad of 4 people, and each of these people, I think there's like different classes. I haven't quite understood everything yet. There's a lot going on in this game. It's kind of complex. So I think there are different classes in the game, and each character or class, they have a variety of different skills that can be utilized in different positions in the squad, so to speak. Just like in Darkest Dungeon, some skills might be weaker or stronger depending on where they're standing in the lineup, and some skills might not even be usable if they're not in the correct position. It also has a XCOM-inspired base building and squad management. We'll be having a pool of agents that we can bring on different missions, and depending on how their personality and their worldview, they might work better together than with others. If this is going to be the same as the first time I played through it, we will definitely get to see that. There is, I think this is a demo. I'm not sure. I think it is. I'm playing this as part of a playtest on Steam that's going on right now. As far as I know from the developer, it should run at least for the rest of the month. So if you want to give this a shot on your own, go to the Steam page. It'll be linked in the description as well if you don't want to just go and search for it. And I don't think... I mean, I got access to it instantly, but I wasn't pre-approved or anything, so I have no idea how the playtesting works. I imagine you can just go sign up. What was I saying? Yes, if this is the same as the first time I played it, depending on how randomized everything is, we'll be exploring all the same things that I've already done. But as I said, it's fairly complex, and there's a lot of things to learn. I don't know, it does say down here, as always, that this version does not represent the final state of the game. I don't know where we are in regards of the story itself, if this literally is the start of the game. The tutorial leaves a little bit to be desired. There is a tutorial, but it's in a lot of cases it's extremely fast, so unless you read as fast as Superman does, you might have a little bit of a difficulty catching everything. Story-wise, if you'll excuse my language, the world has gone to shit, as is so often in a lot of cyberpunk games. The world is run by corporations that battle for resources and land and whatnot. We are part of a company that is trying to restore balance in the world. And shortly after we start here, we'll see that we are attacked. A very coordinated attack on this organization, and we are basically all but destroyed. So the story of the game overall is that we need to rise from the ashes, so to speak, and get this whole organization up and running again. I didn't prepare anything for this, so it might have been a little bit all over the place, but let's just get into it. We are going to be playing a normal that is hard. No loading saves, only hardcore. Here, at least, we can replay rooms or battles if we fail. I didn't have a need for it, but we don't have access to too much, so it might be something that's much more convenient later on when we start actually getting into some tough stuff.
The mid-21st century, the world after the fourth scientific and technological revolution and the pandemic of a deadly virus. Major corporations gained independence from states, becoming leading players in the international arena. In the absence of deterrents, industrial espionage and theft of inventions have become catastrophic. Elimination of competitors, blackmail, manipulation of public opinion through the media. Same old methods were given a new lease of life when corporations acquired their own personal armies. Over time, the war for technology, resources, and influence was no longer secret and reached the streets of cities, involving ordinary citizens. As a countermeasure, the UN assembled elite agents into a special task force called Mediator. The squad proved so effective that a billionaire and philanthropist Antoine Ambra founded the Anonymous Arbitration Agency on its basis. He financed the construction of regional bases and equipped them with high-tech equipment. Together with Alicia Tan, they created She, a highly conscious artificial intelligence that was supposed to run the organization impartially. The public received the news of She's arrival with enthusiasm and hope. Everyone wanted to believe that an era of peace and stability was only a matter of time. The AAA was ready to welcome anyone who wished to challenge the masters of the New World.
Okay, and we are thrown right into battle because we are a squad in training and we have our mentor here, but I think he's gonna talk a little bit straight away here. Do you want to go on a mission training? Yes, because let's be honest, I have played through this once, but as I said, for me at least, it seems like a very complex game. There's a lot of things to learn, and the tutorial as it is don't go over like a lot of it in detail. So let's just go through this again. Recruits, this is your first combat encounter. As per usual, everyone starts with rats. Choose a skill, choose a target, and go ahead. Well, that's very basic. Move the mouse over the skill icon to learn more about it. Click to use it. So we have two skills at the moment. We have a skill here that I think everyone has something that uses energy. This is a global pool, so everyone takes from the same pool, and it recharges a little bit in between combat encounters, but not full. Otherwise, we can recharge it with consumables. Otherwise, we have our standard skills here that we can do every turn free. We can choose one anyway. At the moment we only have the needle gun, which deals some damage. It has a chance to hit of 90% and a crit chance. And we have a chance to do bleeds. We have two enemies. We cannot really do much at the moment. We can't check them because it's a tutorial. So let's just do the needle gun. And let's see, we have, what are they called? We have Cheeto and we have Stilton here. But Cheeto has a little bit lower health, so let's see if we can take him out before it's his turn. Probably not, since we only have the one character. Ooh, and we got poisoned. That's very nice, I suppose. Okay, you can use actions swap, wait, and skip turn by clicking the corresponding button. So if anyone has played anything of Darkest Dungeon, you will probably already see that this is inspired by that. So we are in a weak position here, and I think this little icon down here means that the back two positions, which is these two, are strong, and the front two are weak, if I'm reading it correctly. So we could want to swap with this character here. Let's see, we have Handler, which I think is this guy in the back. At least he has some glasses here. What would you don't really care where you are. As we can see, he can stand wherever. So we could go ahead and swap, and contrary to Darkest Dungeon, we don't necessarily only switch with the one in front of us, behind us. We can't go ahead and switch with this guy. So let's do that. And I think that's probably what the game wants us to do there. I didn't do it when I played because I just wanted to kill. In either case, let's go here. We have Handler, and he does have a healing cookie here, but I think we're still pretty good on health, so we're just gonna shoot here. Just a standard damage. Let's go. 17, nice hit. Then we have our mentor. He's actually also in a weak position. Let's see. Is this... This must be Needle there in a third position, but you want to be back there as well. So I think, unfortunately, we just have to keep our mentor here in the front. We could, however... Does that require energy? Yes, I think it's... Yeah, okay, so these also require energy. Okay. So we could defend... Taunt for one turn, I think. Energy shield significantly increases armor of a selected agent for several turns. Yeah, we can go ahead and taunt here. Since he is our mentor, he's gonna protect the recruits. We took some poison damage because it's a new round, and we are back with the needle gun here. We should definitely be able to take you out before it's your turn again. Ooh, crit! Youch. Okay. Decreased morale as well. That's not good. So hopefully you're gonna hit. Very nice. That takes you out. Okay, so maybe now we could throw a healing cookie here to maybe ourselves, actually. Yeah. You're pretty low. Let's do that. You're also in the front line now. Okay. You are... Moderately increases damage of all agents for several turns. That's a lot of energy. I think we'll just go ahead and do some damage. Weak position. Damage 20 to 23. Does say you do damage 10 to 11. That's close to like 50%. 50% damage decrease just by being in a weak position. That's a lot. Let's see if we, ooh, crit, nice. Set him on fire as well. Excellent. That's a lot of damage. Okay, we're not gonna take, unless this is a crit, we're not gonna take you out. That's fine. You'll get to do another hit. Wow, nasty. We can hover over the enemy here to see what kind of attacks they have. You can see evasion, armor, initiative as well. All sorts of stats about these enemies, and probably something you should, especially later on. Do we just want to kill it? Yeah, I think we just want to kill it. Very nice. Got some morale. I don't believe that we heal. Okay. We have a message from She. Squad Alpha. She speaking. Do you copy? Mentor at your orders. Requesting training status of recruits. Got some work to do, but the guys are smart. With a few missions to go, they'll be ready to join the fight against the corporations. Alright, proceed with the training mission. So... Okay, new recruits should have been briefed on this, but we will repeat some details. Sometimes, if this is available, you can see whatever they are saying down here. Even here, it's pretty fast. I do not read this fast, so I rely on this thing to make sure I get everything, but not always. And that, I think it's especially in the base building, this thing is not here. So there was a lot of in the base building tutorial that I actually missed, but we'll get to it. We'll get to it. So we have this is our mission. We need to get over here to end it, and we can see down here all the icons for what we are about to encounter here. So this is resources, so this is pretty safe. We can see what we have. It's not all about battles. From time to time, you will come across containers with valuable contents or hurdles that you need to overcome. In such situations, you must use your specialization. If there is no agent with a suitable skill in the squad, try to use an item or make a risky attempt. However, a failure will have consequences. So we have a thingamajiggy here. A safe with a dubious security system. The screen generates images where you have to find a specific object. Supposedly, this type of lock is designed to protect against robot thieves, but its effectiveness has been put to the test. So every time we click on something like this, we get these options. If we have lockpicking, we can do that, or if we have something else, in this case tech control, we can click that. Otherwise, there is the generic one right here. Luckily, we have lockpicking, so we'll just pick the lock. And we'll get ourselves a medkit. We're gonna grab that. And then we're gonna move on. And we can see that now we have a fight. Energy and health are better restored on the mission map. Yes, so we do get some energy in between the rooms here. We can see we are back at 100, but it doesn't... I think maybe 20. I think I used a bit when I played it myself. And I think it recharges something like 20. But if we really need, we can use a battery to get an extra boost. Or a medkit to restore some health. As we can see, the health does not recharge in between the rooms here. But we are gonna go ahead and do some combat against some marauders. And we actually do have our starting, what's it called, initiative order right here. I didn't really expect to see marauders here. It's okay. I don't think it would be too difficult for smart fellows like us. Yeah, careful, they can rob you even in the midst of combat. If this happens, you won't be able to use the item. Eliminate them to get your items back. See, I would prefer that we can click here to... it's time to show what you've learned, but if you need a hint, the H button or the controller brings up... the H button on the controller brings up the help screen. I don't have a controller. Okay, hovering over a portrait on agent enemy will reveal information. Yeah, it's way too quick. But we've already been through a lot of this. We can hover over to see all sorts of different information, and if we have a status effects, I think that's what it said, will also show up here. I would highly prefer that when there is a tutorial message, we have to click to continue, you know. So when I read it, I'm ready to continue. I can click the button. Okay, but let's see what they have. We have Shroom and we have Hazard here. They can stick up, deal significant damage to a selected agent, steals a random item from the inventory, or Power Shovel deals moderate damage to a close agent, has a chance to stun. 18 and 21 damage. That's not nothing. Then we have Hazard here, who has the Pew Pew, significant damage, deals a random item, 19 damage, or the Cheese It, noticeably increases damage for every item in your inventory and grants you the first turn in the next round. I would imagine that when they say your inventory, it means her inventory, but let's see here. We start with okay, we didn't actually change the squad permanently before, so we are unfortunately in a bad starting position. Let's start with a swap. That's not what we want to do, but you do get a damage buff out of it, so that's at least something. And then we have Needle here. I think you are just going to shoot. Which one do we want to take out first? You are lower. Not by much. And I think you are the biggest threat as well. So let's start with you. No bleed, that's okay. Evasion, very good. 19. That set her back quite a bit. I would think we probably want to heal her with a little cookie here when it's Handler's turn. I think we are going to defend. Taunts all ammunition. Now this is what we're going to be doing. That's what I wanted to do, yeah. Yes, let's do that. I was considering the damage buff because we have a lot of... We do have some damage coming up, but since we are considering doing the healing cooking with this guy, then maybe next time we'll do the damage buff. Increased morale, very nice. Okay, well now let's get to town on this guy. Not a crit, that would have been good though. He's poisoned, very nice. Maybe we can bleed him as well. A miss. Nope. Okay. Good. Okay, she's going with Cheese It. That's okay. I'm thinking we'll go Destroyer here. Let's get a damage buff up and going. Because you are going to be doing damage as well. Doesn't matter to hit you, because you're not gonna die, but we can hit you before it becomes your turn again, so let's do that. 3 poison damage, you have 12 health left, that's very nice. Evasion, very good. Let's take this guy out. And let's get to town on Hazard here. We don't need to do anything else here, we are just gonna take you down. You're burning as well now, that's excellent. We're lucky, you might even burn and bleed to death. We did, nice. Very nice. Rest in peace indeed. Squad Alpha, she's speaking, do you copy? Mentor speaking. Static. What the? Yeah, so we can see we got some energy, but not a lot. The mission map displays different types of rooms. These includes combat rooms, resource rooms, and quest rooms. We have a door room. Do you copy? This is Majira, Squad Delta. Come in, Mentor speaking. Does anyone hear me? Maldita Sea, we're surrounded. Seems that the moment for which I have been giving the special instructions has arrived. Squad, we have to interrupt the mission. According to the map, we can leave the area through this door. Okay, let's click on the door. We do have someone with lock picking once again. Okay, move on. Before you move on, listen up. Whatever happens, you have to get to this place. Sending coordinates. Do not go back to the training camp I picked you up from, and do not respond if anyone tries to contact you. Is that clear? Yep. Copy. But what if we fail? Copy that, Commander. Okay. Go ahead and finish. We have an unknown battle. Damn it. They've been waiting for us. Squad, let's start a breakthrough, but remember, this is not a drill. This is serious. Breakthrough? I doubt. You take care of these under-agents. I'll take Mentor. Okay, so this is quite a different battle from what we've been used to by now. We can see that Ingulf here, which I'm gonna assume is this guy. He has 250 health. And I think the toughest enemy we were up against had 79. This is not a battle you're supposed to win, and so I don't really think it matters at all what we do. We just want to stay alive here for as long as we need to. So I'm thinking let's do a healing cookie on you, honestly. And once again, we didn't actually switch around, but in this case it doesn't really matter. Let's see, which one can we do most damage to? You're the lowest one, so let's or not. Which one is you? That's you, Dage. 5 evasion, and you still evaded. That's impressive. Well, we have you. Go ahead and swap. As I said, I don't think it matters too much. 14 crit. Swap back. Okay, fantastic. Armor buff. Not good. Miss. All a burn, okay. We don't get to... Ooh, there we go. I can't let them die. Fly, you fools. Boosh. And unfortunately, Mentor is gone, but we get away. Individual mission results for each agent are listed below the agent portraits, including experience, level, psycho perks, and injuries. At the end of the mission, blah 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 blah. Yeah. Okay, we get some items. I'm not sure if we sell these items and just get straight up money for it, but it kind of looks like it. We do get a reward. Something that also resources that we can pick up through the mission. I think we'll see that in the next one. We pay our agents a salary, and then we have our final income. So let's get back to base here.
Pink. You're finally awake, humans. From now on, you are the warden of the secret branch of the anonymous arbitration agency. Our name is She. We are the head of AAA and your companion. Initiate an analysis of recent events. There are numerous reports in the regional media of armed clashes that took place around the same time. Other bases are disconnected from the system. We've lost contact with the agents. The most likely conclusion is that there is only you and I left. Warning. The base lacks sufficient electrical power for full functionality. We will try to solve this problem on our own. Our first goal is to get a footing in the new place, so we can start all over again.
Blank slate protocol is initiated. Okay, so I don't really know what this does, but we are going to go through this thing. It's a little, I think, personality test kind of thing. User authorization in progress. Attention required fields are blank in the warden's profile. Select items manually or take a special test to complete the information about yourself. So we're going to take the test. I'm also curious to see if this is the same as I went through. First question. You are a child from the slums working in one of the bakeries in the corporate district. On a special occasion, the head baker gives you a sweet roll. You are thrilled because you are tired of the meager, bland, synthesized food. However, you encounter a gang of other slum kids who demand you give it to them, or they will beat you and take the treat by force. What will you do? I'll toss the sweet roll on the ground and crush it with my foot. If it can't be mine, let it be no one's. I'll start a conversation and use my eloquence to try to get them to back off. I'll humbly give it to them. Perhaps someday in my life I'll have another sweet roll. I suggest we split the sweet roll between everyone involved in what's going on. Well, I gotta say, 2, 3, and 4 is not particularly nice, and I don't think... Well, 2 is okay, I guess, but I don't think they're gonna work, is what I wanted to say. They are nice enough, but I don't think that it's gonna work. I think I went 1 in my playthrough, so I'm gonna go with something else here, and let's try and hit 2. We don't get the results of this, so it just bases something on our answers here. So we don't get anything yet anyway. Second question. You unexpectedly learn that your grandmother, who has taken care of you all your life, is a dangerous agent of an enemy corporation. You receive a message from her inviting you to visit. What will you do? Politely decline. I'll be cautious about her intentions. I'll agree. I'll pretend that nothing is going on. Decline and demand an explanation. Or agree with the intention of confronting her during the meeting. I think I went 4. I think this time we're gonna go 3. You're gonna decline and demand an explanation. Third question. You've barely survived a carpet bombing. The corporate insurance will cover all medical expenses, but your only chance of survival is full cyberization. There is a chance your identity may undergo changes as a result of the operation. What's your decision? Absolutely not. I'd rather die than lose myself. I'll agree, but only if my corporation will sue the clinic in case of personality changes. I'll agree, hoping that everything will work out. No questions asked. Take me to the operating room as soon as possible. Well, I guess this really comes down to how strongly we want to survive, and if it's survival for at any cost, right? Let's go. No questions asked. Take me to the operating room as soon as possible. Fourth question. You need to choose one of the missions to send agents on. Once you choose one, the others will become unavailable. What's your decision? Break the siege of a city surrounded by corporations. Undoubtedly a worthy mission, but the possibility of civilian casualties is very high. Perhaps it would be better for everyone if one of the corporations eventually absorbed the city. Facilitate effective and peaceful negotiations between the corporation and its neighboring states. A noble endeavor, but the results will only be visible after several years. Eliminate a criminal leader who also holds a high-ranking position in a major corporation. You can use any means necessary, but if you are exposed, it could lead to an international scandal. Gather intelligence on a hostile organization. Quietly, efficiently, and safely, if, of course, there can't be anything safe in the work of agents. Okay. Okay, I think I like the idea of either something long-term or something high risk with immediate benefits. I think let's go with eliminate a criminal leader here. Fifth question. You are preparing for a mission to infiltrate a hostile organization to dismantle their network. Your team is almost ready. You have to find one more agent. Whom will you choose? We have Doron, a highly skilled agent with outstanding combat skills and extensive experience in undercover work. Tends to act independently, sometimes against orders. We also have Leia, I should say, a master diplomat. Combat is not her forte, although with her skills it often doesn't come to armed confrontation. Thirdly, we have Alfred, an agent without strongly defined talents but capable of quickly adapting to any situation. Lastly, we have Camilla, a skilled professional with extensive combat experience specializing in intelligence, totally loyal to your agency and will do anything for it. Now, disloyalty is a bad thing, but blind loyalty can also be a bad thing. I think I went Leia on my own playthrough. As I said, we're not gonna get this agent here. I think it depends. I think it's just our skills. I'm not really sure. I think I like Alfred here as well. Something a little kind of like a jack of all trades, but something that's quick on his feet as well. Sixth question. One day you wake up and realize that you've turned into a cat. What's your reaction? Well, I will get desperate and try to jump out the window. Unfortunately for me, cats always land on their feet. Or I'll rejoice, curl up into a ball and go back to sleep. Anything but this. The entire department will be in a chaos without me. Or I can wonder who's going to feed me now. Well, this is all but silly, but let's go with I'll rejoice, curl up into a ball and go back to sleep. Who's not gonna enjoy a good nap? Please choose your avatar. Well, we do actually have a cat here, but let's go with Mr. I'm talking to someone on my earpiece guy. Oh, we have to click down here. Neutral. Okay. You believe in always keeping flexibility. You can align with the majority or stay on the sidelines, act diplomatically, or resort to violence. That's a little bit all over the place. I don't remember what I got, but I did not get the neutral on my own, so it's fine. It's fine. I don't know what this entails. Just to be honest. Do you want to complete your training at the base? We will, but this is gonna be a little bit all over the place. Human, we need to rebuild the agency at all costs. First, we have to hire new staff. We will try, although it won't be easy, to contact candidates who were selected by the old AAA something. Weird, someone contact us first. It's very quick. I'm just gonna more or less ignore what's going on down here and just click what it says so. But we can see we have some agents over here. We have the 3 that we survived with. Mentor is unfortunately not with us anymore, but we have a new one. Anybody there? This is a private network. Who are you and how did you get in? Calm down, I'll explain. Some time ago I hacked into this network and since then I've been eavesdropping on your communications. From what I gather, A, there's some kind of a secret spy organization situation happening or something which would upset the plans of corporations, and B, you are on the verge of being destroyed. The enemy of corporations is my friends, so I thought I'd lend you a hand. We really have every agent counting right now. I think we should try to work together. First of all, introduce yourself. John Smith. Okay, so is that your real name or your parents are not that creative, are they? We're just gonna go with, obviously it's not his real name, but yeah, who knows? This is just routine, we still need to do an interview. Fine, go ahead. So, this is all optional. It does give some, maybe, insight into who this guy or girl is. He clearly looks like a guy. It's not necessary. Basically, it all ends as you're hired. There might be some, we might have to talk salary. because as we saw earlier, they all have a salary. But you can do this. I'm gonna click through it. I'm not gonna read it because it's a lot. But if you want, you can pause. Please tell us your backstory. You know what? We're gonna do this one. But I think if we're gonna do a full-on playthrough, we're not gonna do this for all the characters because you can already see there's quite a bit going on here. And just let him finish. There we go. Until 2060 I used to be, as my abusive mother called it, a normal person, which equals to a boring job in a boring company, a boring life. Though others suppose that this kind of life is rather an achievement. And then Macro Hard decided to follow the example of those Chinese pharma guys and gave an ultimatum. Data in their cloud in exchange for independence. All accounts were temporarily blocked, including ours, and work came to a halt. After a while, Macro Hard got what they wanted and restored access, but my company, like many others, had already gone bankrupt by then. I lost everything, and I thought, screw it, the world's going downhill, so what's the point of continuing to play fair? I started hacking government websites, debiting corporate accounts, disclosing personal correspondence of politicians, businessmen, and sellout journalists. It was fun, yet ineffective. We need more constant action, resources, allies. So I have a better chance with you, just like you have a better chance with me. Okay, fascinating story. We have some more questions. Why do you want to work for us? Because I hate corporations and anyone who tries to limit my freedom. So we can see here that depending on these answers, we increase the morale of this agent, which is very important. Morale is extremely important. That is what makes them want to stay with us instead of leaving us for good. So we can see that Kinuchi here, or whatever her name is not super happy at the moment, but it's okay. The others are kind of happy. That's what we have in common. Nice, that's what I thought. Let's proceed to other questions. Have you been vaccinated? Random question, I guess. Of course not. Do you think Fabao and the Chinese government were the first and the only to think of putting nanochips in the vaccine? We're just gonna agree with his little bit of crazy here. We don't know in either case if this world is if he's actually the crazy one, or I would be the crazy one to think that he's crazy. Exactly, I think so too, but the others just smile politely whenever I try to explain the risks associated with vaccination. Let's just get him all the morale that we absolutely can. I understand you perfectly well. Where are you from? Planet Earth. That's a pity. We are currently giving priority to candidates from other celestial bodies as part of an interplanetary exchange program. So I think this could be quite fun to pick, but I'm pretty sure it's the wrong one. Yeah, there we go. That's fine. Har har. Let's discuss your salary. Let's discuss. Money is an important resource. We're gonna lowball a little bit here, but not too low. This is gonna be -5 morale, but that's okay. And I thought secret spy organizations were able to pay their employees more than waiters get. So we have a deal. Let's discuss his code name, and we do get the, I think, the same choices. And I think in honor of Val Kilmer passing away, we're gonna call this guy Iceman. You're hired. What a surprise, indeed. Okay. Yes, we have a bunch of stuff up here that we can look through for all our characters. Let's just get these away. We have messages. That's literally what you've just been through. It will be active or for others as well after each mission. Or I don't know if it's after each mission, but after the first mission, and the only one we actually have available to us here is the first like real mission here. There'll be it's a what's it called? We need to negotiate an increase of salary with each of them, so that'll be here as well, and we can see that between all of them. We have a profile. We can learn about their skills. We can see what we might be able to unlock skills-wise as well. We can see their salary. You can even fire them if you want. And I think this is probably resistances down here. Not sure though. We can see their specialization, their main role, and where they are happiest being or most effective being. You can see their happiness level as well. Apparently, their loyalty. That's what we don't want to drop. The degree of trust and dedication to the agency. If loyalty drops to 0, the agent will leave AAA. So that's what we want to avoid. At least if it's an agent we want to keep. We have a personality. I have not looked at this at all. We can see where we are, actually. Okay. What did I get? I think I got something aggressive last time I played, but I don't know which one. Maybe down here. I'm not actually sure. I don't remember. It doesn't really matter. But I think this is where we can see who would work well together, actually. So we have Needle. We actually don't have anyone that's minus 40. I think we had that. Oh, I had that on my last playthrough, but because after I set our squad up that someone would receive minus 80 to morale if we went down, and it was quite crazy. I think it was actually Kunuchi we had to leave at home because evidently no one liked her. And a biography, a lot of stuff to read. We're not gonna go through all of that. But if you're curious, I'm gonna leave it here for just a quick second, and you can actually pause and read it if you want. I'm sure it's honestly quite interesting. Let's get you up there, just for a quick second here, and then you can read about them. We have Needle as well. It's a little bit annoying that it doesn't go to the top there. This should leave you plenty of time to pause here. Oh, come on. There we go. Yeah, this is the same for everyone. Okay, so who is this? This is Handler. He is a peaceful individualist. Okay, he doesn't necessarily work very well with the others. Is this the same for everyone? Ah, ooh, okay. Of course, this point changes depending on where we are, right? Okay. So we can't just say that. When I was looking at, I think I was looking at this. Can I see it for just myself? I don't think so. That doesn't really matter. Okay. Well, let's continue here. We also want to discuss one thing with you in person, so we can talk with she as well. Human, we have gathered all available data to put together a complete picture of today's events. Shall I give you a report? Sure. At approximately 3:36 local time, communications with all AAA units were lost. At 5:21, the launch of the Clean Sheet protocol was initiated at the base in Ensk, where we are now located. The peculiarity of this place is that it is secret, even by the standards of a secret spy organization, and was created as a reserve in case of an emergency. At 6:40, 3 recruits arrived here after a failed training mission. The coordinates were given to them by an agent with the call sign Mentor. Doesn't look like a coincidence. I think it was a planned attack. A logical conclusion. In your opinion, what are the chances of us being able to restore AAA? Well, because we are amazing, do not worry, it's going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, but we can do it. I think people call that kind of thing empathy. We don't really know what that is, but thank you. Okay, I think, yeah, we need to build something here, and look at all the stuff that I need to read super quick. It is just not gonna happen, right? As I said, if you can read like Superman, you will have no problem with this, and this is something I hope they will fix for the final game. There even is an arrow down here, so it makes sense that, you know, you would just click this whenever you're ready. We're going to go ahead and click build our first building. It is the Columbarium, I think it's called. Here you can resurrect a fallen agent using a digitalized copy of their personality. So we're gonna go ahead and build that for 5,000. That's all we have really. So I think the next thing is a mission. Yeah, there we go. We have an emergency. The power system has failed due to construction and the base something something. We have a backup power supply, but we must get this sorted out. So now we have a mission. And we can see we're in Ensk. We can't zoom around, so just a little bit with the mouse, but not a lot. And we can see that we will have a bunch of different kinds of side missions down here. Once we have completed this, we can go back to the map. There'll be a regular mission and a side mission. When I played, I clicked the side mission, and that was the end. I did not get to complete. It went back to the main menu. And it deleted the save. We're gonna try and see if I can maybe play the main mission. Maybe we can play more. I don't know. We are going to Fiat Lux. I don't know if this is French. I've never heard of this Fiat, at least. It is a linear mission type, and we need to restore power to the supply base. This is the reward. And I think this does not include anything that we might find during our trials. Okay, and now we can drag and drop our agents. So we know we can actually just, if we hold Iceman here, yeah, we can. It's at the feet we need to look if they're happy or not. We can see that here he's not very happy, but here he is. Okay, let's see. Handler. You work anywhere, so you can be in the front. They like each other, so they're gonna get a morale boost. That's very nice. They might negate each other here a little bit. Ooh, plus 40 to you. You like that. They don't like each other. Will it change if I do that? No. It doesn't matter if they're next to each other. So how is this? There we go. Low morale will negatively impact the agent's performance. To improve morale, use a neurotonic or assemble a team with agents who have similar alignments. So now we can see this is a very, very bad idea. So honestly, let's bring the drone, and I'm hoping that we can keep him alive. It died, or it got destroyed during my run, and it's not something we can just heal. So hopefully we can keep it alive. But let's go. Decrease morale, really? Just from going? All right. Okay, and this looks exactly like the same layout I had in my playthrough. So maybe this is maybe it's not as random, or maybe that's just it's just the demo. Who knows? Well, we are starting with a resource. Just a regular luck box. There are plenty of these around here. Well, luckily we have a luck picker with us, and we got plenty of acids. Get 15 morale. Okay. And we get some resources as well. We are going to grab all that, and then we're going to move on. Handler is very happy being here. That's very good. Okay, first combat of this mission against some rats. We have Cheeto and Pirate. It'll be easy. Swearing in rat language. Okay, we start with the drone. The drone can't really do too much. We don't have anything unlocked, so we're just gonna shoot. If we are extremely lucky, maybe we'll take this one out before it gets its turn. Morale debuff, that's not good. I do believe they have a lot of evasion, so there's also a high chance that we are not going to hit it. Chance to hit is 90%. I wonder if that just flat out goes down to 70% then. We don't really get told. Let's try. Ooh, a crit. Beautiful. Wow. Way to go, Handler. Very nice indeed. Well, then let's just shoot. Very nice. Iceman, you are in a weak position. Why are you in a weak position? It didn't say you were in a weak position. It says this is what you just like it here. Yeah, okay. That's a little bit misleading sometimes, but maybe we should have checked the what's it called? The details here, but I don't think we're gonna swap now. But if hopefully we'll remember, we'll swap him with the drone for 5 damage. Very impressive. Ooh, a miss, son of a gun. bleeding. Okay. Okay, at least a hit. That's good. 18 should be able to grab him before, or to kill him before it's his turn again. Maybe Iceman is gonna do a weak hit and kill it. Yes, very nice. Okay. One less indeed. Okay, let's do this while we remember. And let's go and check out this quest item. So we have we come across someone's hideout. Seems like its inhabitants has been living here for a while. Your attention is drawn to a radio playing white noise.
6, 9, 4, 1, 2, 9, 4, 0, 8, 5, Delta, Uncle, 3, 0, 9, 5, 4. And repeat. 6, 9.
Okay, well, I actually wrote this down on my first playthrough. I don't know if it's something we can use for something later, but in the demo at least I didn't find anything. Electronic music, very cool.
Is everything ready for the meeting?
Yes, boss.
I don't know if it's the music that's playing here, but it gives us all these weird conversations and these automatic messages running. It's just overall very, very eerie if you ask me. So let's go back the other way.
Is everything ready for the meeting?
6.
Party, wheel, band, swing, jailbirds, rock, cell block.
The record gets lost soon. All you hear is static.
Party, wheel, band.
Okay, more static.
What do you have there?
We've busted another junkie. This one also has white death.
White death doesn't sound like something good. Sounds like something that's drug induced, or a disease at least.
Thirst. Oxidation. 21. Noon. Heat. 10. Empathy. Home. Soul. Then.
And all these, I feel like all these automated messages just boosts this whole image of a bunch of corporations. These all sound like coded messages, right? So just a bunch of people on open frequency having their own coded language talking to each other.
Hey, kiddo, go grab some beer. You're just sitting around doing nothing anyway.
One of our opponents has left, presumably to go grab some beer. So that makes some fight at least better, or easier. And we have another safe with a dubious security system. Luckily we have lockpicking. Let's see what we'll find. More money. And a medkit. Let's grab that. Don't actually know if there is an idea in using these things before we exit. Clearly we don't keep them, but the morale might be better to have other than just sell it, because I mean, sure, this is 400 whatever currency they're using, but 400 is not really, you know, a lot. Couple of more orders. Well, we know how they work. Ooh, Raven is very last. That's actually not bad at all. That might mean we could potentially kill her before it's her turn, if we're lucky. Let's try. Not like that we won't. Not like that we won't. Raven, you have 0 evasion. That's because you're just shit shot then. We're being honest. Okay, at least you hit. That's good. We have Handler. Do we need to heal? Yeah, not yet. Not yet. We can do a little bit more damage here. Bush for 17. Very nice. That's a whack. On handler. Yes. Okay. System hacking. Greatly weakens armor of all enemies for several rounds. With Iceman. Iceman deals, let's be honest, crap damage. So maybe actually the system hacking isn't too bad. Of all enemies. Yeah, it doesn't matter. I don't think it matters which one, right? Greatly weakens armor of all enemies for several rounds. Yeah. Yeah, okay, nice. Block. Okay, you did something with that. What was it? Heals. Ah, it was or did she do this maybe? Interesting. Okay, let us needle gun her. Bleeding. You still have 30 health, so we still need to do some damage to you. Let's 20, very nice. I don't think you bleed for enough. No. 8 bleeds. That's a little bit of a shame. We do need to hit you again, which means the bleed is useless, but that's okay. A kill is a kill. Ouch. Okay, so... Okay, in hindsight, Handler probably shouldn't have attacked. He should have healed. There is... Could do a restoration here, and I think I like that. We all have damage. And this way, only 2 of them needs a heal from Handler, which is nice. Let's do that. And let us start with Iceman. Morale buff as well. Okay. Let's just, yeah, you're bleeding. Let's just take you down. What happens if I wait? The agent's turn will be delayed until the end of the round. Unfortunately, that means he will get to go. If we could delay it for just 1 turn, we could have Handler go first. And then heal, but unfortunately that's not how it is. It's okay. Luckily we have a medkit if we really need to. I think for now though, let's give you 2 morale and you 2 morale. Then you're all kind of super happy here. Okay. You feel as if someone is staring at you, yet there's no one in the room. There are only some computers on the desks which produce eerie sounds. Having listened more attentively, you realize that they're discussing world domination in the binary language. You can clearly hear, we need a power source. Okay, so we could use our cyber threat to infect these computers with a virus. That's what I did, and it does produce the blue screen of death. Or we could try and give them a battery. Let's give them what they want. You hear, good meat bags. We will remember this. We actually got a little bit of money. Okay. Oh, they're happy. Nice. Okay. Into combat against rats and marauders. I'm guessing here would have been 3 marauders and a rat if we hadn't gone for a beer run. Okay, we have Safarian, Sap, and Ply. Who do we want to go for first here? I think our whole plan of going for something before they react has proven to be impossible. So let's see, who do we dislike the most? I think honestly the rat probably. They deal poison, I think. Deals light damage to 2 agents and reduce morale slightly. Yeah, morale is also not good. Yeah, deals light damage to all agents and poisons until the end of combat. Yeah, you have got to go. You do have evasion. Good, we hit. Resist poison. Well, you are a robot after all. Let's do the armor debuff on all of them. So you can take some more damage. Sap gets to go. 18 damage to you. Oh, we need to get some damage in there. 16, very nice. We're lucky we'll kill it before it's his turn. Of course, now I've jinxed it. Still a chance. Yeah, there we go. Jinxed. Jinxed. That's okay. That's okay. You can't kill it anyway, so let's use you to work on you. Oh? Oh, you hit more, do you? Where are you? Iceman. Deals moderate damage to 2 enemies. Ignores armor. Ah, okay. Nice. Very nice. Oh, you son of a gun. Come on, we need to kill this one. Good. Okay. Okay. Evasion is nasty. Okay, you get to go again instantly. That's okay. 21 damage. Ooh, you're looking bad, my friend. You're looking very, very bad. We might lose someone here. Didn't see you were so low. There's nothing we can do to save him right now, I think. No, we just have to hope that he targets someone else. Ooh, or he misses. Let's do a restoration here. So you can try and get Handler on his feet here. Let's. You're gonna eat a cookie yourself. Look at him shine. 17. I mean, they're really going for him. If we're lucky, no, because Iceman doesn't do a lot of damage, so he's not gonna take him down. Miss, really good, really good. They didn't go for Handler, really good. Take him out. Yes, beautiful. You can't do another cookie right now. You have to wait. Okay, but what we could do is we could yoink down the medkit, and we will. Does cost a turn. That's okay. Okay, now we should have this in the back easily. That was close. That was close. Your little laser. Ouch. Out you go. No, actually, yes. Now you're out. I don't think this matters at all. I don't think there's more combat, but we're gonna heal anyway. And morale. Very nice. And bleed to death you shall. Beautiful. Beautiful. And we have a generator. You reach the generator. Now all that remains is to reboot. So we can press the red button, or we can lift the first lever, lift the second lever, or lower the third lever. So this actually... We can see in the background. I just randomly clicked when I did it, and but we can see in the background it actually changes. So we need it all to be green. So we can lower, no, and then lift. Yeah, now we can press the green button. And now we have power. Power supply has been restored. All base systems are functioning normally. Now we can continue our attempts to locate the agents who survived. Judging by the number of wires that were connected to the power unit, we were blacked out due to grid overload. It's quite unlikely that rats have decided to take advantage of the benefits of something. Okay. Very nice indeed. You got a psycho perk called Non-Stopper. Agent gains +10 morale at the start of each mission. That seems pretty good. Strong immunity. Poison resistance is increased by 20%. Very nice as well. Very nice as well. Drone didn't level up. That's okay, but the rest did. Might also be a an argument to take agents instead, but I just thought the minus 80 morale was a little bit tense. A little bit tense. Okay, so we are back at base. And as I said, I don't think there's anything else we can do here, but we're gonna go through whatever we can here. So we have a messenger, or we have a message. So we need they want to negotiate. They can ask for either 50, 100, or 150. And I think if they ask for something and we give them more, they'll be happy. If they ask for something we give them less, they'll lose morale. I think this is just, yeah, neutral. Perfect. Then we have you. What is your issue? Oh, you're not at full health. Interesting. They don't heal either. Fair enough. Let's negotiate yours. You're asking for 100. Sure. I'm honestly, I don't know yet how much this is gonna really affect the game. If it makes a huge difference if they get 50 or 150. Let's just whatever they want, they'll get it. We have you as well, Iceman. Let's negotiate it. You didn't really do too much, but yeah, you're gonna ask for 150, you little son of a gun. That's a lot. I'll give you 50 rays, and you can take apart some drones in the warehouse. Let's do a compromise. That's actually not even a. Okay. No morale loss. That's fair. I'll take it. We have a new one here. Greetings, candidate Acharya. So here, as said, we can go through all of this stuff once again. And maybe there's a reason to do all this. Maybe you can subtract some information about them that you can base your decision on. But we are gonna go discuss salary straight away. We are just once again. Yep, it's a deal. A code name for her. Let's do. Well, she says namaste. I mean, let's do Lotus. Nice, but a bit too basic. 5 morale. That's fine with me. You are hired. I like her. Yeah, excellent. So profile. You explosions. You say okay. You actually already have 3 skills. That's very nice. That's very nice indeed. Okay, we have a couple of level ups as well. Needle leveled up. That means we can unlock something else. And we can see if we want to upgrade, we need level 4. But we can't get a couple of new skills here. I think we need. I think our damage is like okay-ish. So I think we're gonna go ahead and unlock some first aid. Get a little bit more. Get more people that can heal. And let's see here. We can get a scanner with you. Significantly reduces evasion of all enemies for several turns. We saw that evasion is an issue, so that might not be too bad. Or we can get utter cuteness. Takes control of an enemy. In the next few turns, there's a chance that the enemy will target an ally instead of an agent. And that is, for 3 turns, there's a 40% chance that they might target something else. I think we're gonna go ahead with the scanner here. Costs 10 energy though. We have Iceman as well. We have a short circuit and a force field. The short circuit deals moderate damage to a selected enemy, has a chance to stun. Ooh, okay. Stun is good. That's always good. We have a force field as well. Moderately increases armor of all agents for several turns. It's a little bit, I think, what Mentor could do as well, if I remember correctly. I think we're gonna go short circuit here. The stun seems nice. Okay, so what we can go ahead and do is build some rooms. We can actually take a look at what's here. We have an infirmary. It does what an infirmary does. We have barracks already built. We have a biolab. Here we can upgrade consumables, batteries, acid, or first aid kits. We have the Columbarium we already have here with Jim. Here you can earn experience for agents who didn't go on a mission and resets their skills if necessary. Very nice to get. We have an armory. Here you can upgrade your weapons and armor, which I think is extremely nice to get early on. So we have the armory. Let's see what else we have here. We have the therapist. Here you can boost agent morale and remove negative psycho perks. Might also be very good to get. We cannot afford that. We need another blueprint. It's a blueprint. We have the lounge. Here you can increase agent loyalty and make their alignment closer to yours. That's interesting. That's interesting. Can we even build anything else? No, actually we cannot. Interesting. So the resources is different because I could build 2 buildings on my playthrough. Okay, let's go ahead and see if we can do anything else here. This is when I was booted from the game. I click this. Let's see what happens if we do this. I'll show you how deep the rat hole is. Mission type multi-start. Okay. Nope. That is it. That is what we have access to. I think, personally for me, as being a big fan of Cyberpunk as well, it's probably pretty easy to convince me to play a Cyberpunk game. I think this was really fun. I think it definitely needs a little bit of polish, especially the tutorial. I would like a more in-depth one to explore a little bit, or to explain a little bit more about what's going on. But a lot of it is also, of course, something that we can kind of learn out of on our own, right? With armor, morale, etc., etc. But especially during the base building, the tutorial is just it's not working. But again, this is a demo version. It's not the final version that might even already have been fixed. I don't know. But as I said in the beginning, this is part of a playtest at the moment on Steam. Should still be up. Go ahead, try it. If maybe you're lucky, maybe you can get in. I don't know if there's a limit on it. I got in immediately. Let me know what you think. I had a lot of fun. For now, thank you for watching, and until next time, take care.